That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we are live in the alley with Billy Trzynski and Josh Savali. Let's go, Buffalo! Sunday afternoon, in the alley. Girls, boys, and bills at Thelma Gainesville Rally. Prognostications and various jokes. Glad you're alive in the alley, folks.
Is my mic good?
Keep talking.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, you're good.
Hey, I did it without any help.
Great job.
I thank you so much. Hello.
Bringing in a new year in a good way.
Yep. I'm your host, Billy, with my host, Dawson Knox again. Although it's not as crazy as it was last week.
I know it. I got new hair products.
Oh. So did he. The ones that scored touchdowns. Bills last week coming off an awesome game in New England. I got
Welcome to Live
in
the Alley.
Thanks for correcting me. I'm so excited to talk about last week's game. It was great.
It was a masterpiece.
It was.
It really was.
Couple notes. 33-21 was the final. At one point, it was a 5-point game, and then the Bills go down the field.
Joshy took over.
Yeah, he was an animal.
It was awesome.
You know how well he did? All right.
It was awesome, Knox.
I'll get to him in a second. Allen goes 30 of 47, 314, 3 touchdowns, 64 yards rushing. The biggest one coming on 4th and 1. And
on that last drive.
Making almost like an improvised bootleg, and then makes 2 professional defenders miss. Your quarterback makes a miss, who's 6'5", 260 pounds. Come on. Gets the first down. On that drive also the crazy shovel pass to Diggs on 3rd and 10, where Diggs is spin moving away, and he was getting banged up all game.
Oh, man.
The Bills were more physical in that game on both sides of the ball than they were all year. Offensive line came out of nowhere and they were great. He had all sorts of time. Although New England didn't really rush him.
No, they did not blitz.
And I'm
not sure they blitzed at all.
It almost seemed like they wanted to sit back and say, try to beat us.
And he did.
And he
check down.
No,
he used the check down.
Take what's given to you. No turnovers by the Bills offense. No punts by the Bills offense. The first in 7,000 games that Bill Belichick has coached where opposing team has never punted.
I don't think there was a sack either, was there? Did he get sacked?
You know,
I don't think he did.
No. Where he just went straight down. He might have been flushed and gotten to. Boy, I don't even know if that happened.
Sacked.
No. If anybody knows that if he was sacked or not, don't tell us. We don't want to be wrong.
We are correct. He was not sacked.
Nope.
Great job.
Yep. Singletary, 39 yards just out of the backfield and a touchdown. Did well in the short receiving game with the checkdowns.
Indeed.
Speaking about the physicality of that game, he was running hard anytime he had the opportunity. It doesn't show on the stat sheet, but he was part of them.
I thought he had a lot more yards than that.
Yeah.
Like they ran the ball well, but how many did he have?
39.
Jeez.
Moss had 20. He almost had 100 combined yards.
Well, I guess they all put Allen on there. They're over 100 yards rushing.
Oh yeah. Well, in involvement, we can talk about involvement with Singletary running hard and out of the backfield. 8 different receivers caught a pass last week, including Jake Kummerow, and 11 catches on 12 targets for 125 for
Emmanuel Sanders.
No.
Oh.
Isaiah McKenzie. I mean, you would think that would be Emmanuel Sanders, but no, it was Isaiah McKenzie's game.
Oh, he was.
The speed killed.
They should probably sit him this week, you know?
Who?
He's probably tired.
McKenzie? Yeah, still tired from last week. I'd agree. Diggs, 7 for 85 and a touchdown, 8 players with a catch. Yeah, that was dominating. And defensively, you knew Damian Harris was going to get his yards, which he did. He had over 100 yards, a couple scores.
Which needs to be fixed,
Right.
I think. Not I think, I know. He had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Right.
Nothing through the air.
Not right. Well, that's the kicker.
That's the big thing.
Is you didn't give them both.
Right.
I got some interesting. I got still hit on Stephon Diggs and Dawson Knox, which are easy to be big topics of conversation because not only with Josh Allen, everybody's playing their part. Diggs this year, 89 catches, 1,092 yards, 12.3 yards per catch, 9 touchdowns.
More than he had last year.
And ties a career high through, which was 2018. If he gets to, this is his 4th straight 1,000-yard receiving season, and if he gets to 100 catches, 3 out of the last 4 years, coming from Minnesota, but then coming here and continuing to do well.
It seems like his year is slow because it's not what it was last year. He had 140 catches last year, something crazy.
Oh, yeah. And more yards, 1,497 yards.
Yeah.
But the touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's scoring more. Speaking of scoring more.
Is that important?
What, scoring? Yes, very important. A little bit piece in the, echelon of the games. Real quick, Dawson Knox, how many touchdowns do you think he has this year?
8.
9. How many touchdowns combined in the 2 years previous do you think he had?
8.
5.
Wow.
With 538 yards receiving this year. He's scoring, and he was the guy that we said before the season, if we're not going to go out and get another tight end, because there was the Zach Ertz talk, this and that, can he perform?
Like Pete Metzelaars used to.
And he's doing it.
He is. I believe he's tied with Pete Metzelaars on a season for touchdowns.
No, the 9 is 8 was the record.
Oh, he was
9's,
tied.
Yeah, when he scored last week, that's the unofficially.
We make up so much crap.
Now, I don't want to bore you with all these numbers because we take care of that later in the show. But just to show you that, even like you said, with the Bills' inconsistencies this season, the numbers are still there. And since the second half of the Tampa Bay game, they're starting to hum. And maybe peaking a little bit later in the season offensively is the key this year.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
Last year, they did peak early in the season.
Seemingly.
Right after the Hail Murray.
Yep. And then they go on, and then you hit the playoffs last year. The game against Indy wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. The game against the Ravens, I know we won both games, but it wasn't that machine, that offensive bully that the Bills have been, and they were that on last Sunday.
Oh, yeah. And hopefully they do it again today.
Yeah, and we get to that. Win the next 2 games, you're back-to-back AFC East Division champs. Win today, Ravens loss, you're clinch a playoff spot today. Can't clinch the division.
What'd you say?
You heard me. I used to go see Mrs. Monticelli, the speech pathologist in elementary school. You did me a lot of good. Oh, man, if she's watching them, I'm going to be embarrassed.
She's going to lose her job. Did you hear that, kid?
I'm going to be so embarrassed. Oh, no.
Oh, my.
But we're playing the Falcons, which we haven't played the Falcons since 2013, the last game in Toronto. And before that, they hadn't played here since 2005. Mike Vick was on the team.
Oh, yeah.
Pre-dog stuff.
We know him.
Yeah, I like Pup. So, we don't know a whole lot about Atlanta. And we see him every 4 years. In this case, we haven't played him in 8. Really?
2017, last time.
Oh, yeah, we beat him on the road. And they were good.
And we were not.
No,
Yeah,
we went to the playoffs.
We did go to the playoffs.
Well, by virtue of. It still counts. In the books, it still says that we went.
Yeah, I was there. Not at the playoffs.
No. We were here.
I was here.
Yeah, watching them in the playoffs. Good enough for me.
Yep, lost to Jacksonville.
Ugh. Yeah, whatever.
Man, those guys are tough.
Seems every time they come around, ooh. So, you know what? Let's get more versed on the Bills' opponent today. We'll let somebody who knows what the hell they're talking about cover that part.
Who would that be?
Jimmer.
Oh, yeah. We're going to
Jives with
Jimmer!
Uh-oh. Hang on, Jimmer, I got to fix the chicken.
Yeah, okay over there? Got a little debris falling all over the place.
Fix
over
the
there.
chicken in the box of cereal that's falling apart. Pets' heads are falling off. Okay, hi, Jimmer.
All right, before any more heads fall off, let's get to Atlanta. Coming in today, it's 7-8, tied for second in the NFC South with New Orleans. Still mathematically alive in the NFC playoff hunt. They are currently the 9th seed. They need a lot of help.
Makes them very dangerous today.
Now, you always hear about teams that seem better than their record indicates. We're going to flip the script here a little bit for today.
Yes.
Falcons 7-8, obviously not an NFL powerhouse. Maybe not as good as their record indicates.
Oh!
6 of their 8 losses have been by double digits. On the year, they've been outscored by a total of 122 points.
Wow.
That's almost as much as the Bills' point differential for this season.
That's basically the opposite. Their point differential is minus 122.
Right.
Whereas Bills, about that.
Plus 163.
Of Atlanta's 7 wins, all of them have been by 8 points or less, and 4 of them have been by 4 points or less. If you took the average record of the 7 teams that Atlanta has beaten, the average record of what they are right now, they've beaten teams who have averaged 4.5 wins on the season. That is the lowest rate of any team in the NFL.
Wow.
Didn't they beat Jacksonville? No, they lost to Jacksonville.
No, I don't think they played Jacksonville.
Yeah, we know. Tune in next week. We'll have some more for you.
Never mind. This is why I don't talk during Jimmer's segment.
Well, for example, last week, played Detroit. Detroit, one of the bottom feeders, currently has the 2nd pick in next year's draft. Atlanta won 20-16. In that game, Detroit outgained Atlanta offensively 338 yards to 254. Atlanta only had 47 yards rushing. How did they win? Well, in that game, Detroit was in the Falcons' red zone 4 times, 3 of those inside Atlanta's 10, and of those 4 possessions, no TDs.
No. Oh,
So bend but did not break.
that is not the way. See, Dave, scoring touchdowns is good.
I didn't know.
On Detroit's final possession, 35 seconds left in the game, 1st and goal at the Atlanta 9. Backup Detroit quarterback Tim Boyle, because Carson Wentz was on COVID, he threw an interception to give the Falcons the win.
Carson Wentz. No.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff,
There,
yeah.
one of them guys.
You're thinking of another dopey quarterback.
Now, for today, you're going to hear a lot about the emergence of 9-year NFL veteran Cordaro Patterson.
9 years he's been in the league.
Yeah.
9
Wow.
years.
Right, he was
I did not
with
know
Minnesota for a bunch.
Minnesota, New England. He was always a backup wide receiver, but he made his name as a kick returner. Matter of fact, he was elected to the Pro Bowl 4 times as a returner. In his first year in Atlanta, he has been used not only as a receiver, but also as a running back. He has 11 touchdowns this season, 1,102 total offensive yards from scrimmage, and is only one of 2 people in the league to have over 500 yards rushing and 500 yards receiving.
Who's the other one?
Austin Eckler.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Chargers.
he's pretty good at his
That makes
position.
sense. Yeah.
With all that being said, his production has trailed off significantly the past few weeks. He hasn't caught more than 3 passes in a game since Week 9. Through Week 14, every time he touched the ball, he had an average of 6.3 yards of offense. Last 2 games, only 1.7 yards per touch. Last week for Detroit, numbers weren't too good. He had 7 rushes for 14 yards, 1 reception for -1 yard.
Yeah.
So if he's fallen by the wayside, the Bills got to account for tight end Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
4th overall pick in this year's draft. He's having a great season. He's been elected to the Pro Bowl, first rookie tight end selected to the Pro Bowl in 19 years. He already has 949 receiving yards, which set a new Atlanta franchise record. He broke the old record by Tony Gonzalez, who had 930.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
He was the highest tight end ever picked, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
4th overall.
that says something.
He needs
Don't
100.
they test for that?
What's that?
Being high.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Pitts needs 128 more yards to break the all-time NFL record for receiving yards by a rookie tight end in a season. You have to go all the way back to 1961.
Guess it.
That would be none other than rookie tight end for the Chicago Bears, Mike Ditka.
Oh, he's been on the show once a week for the last 4 weeks. Ditka comes up.
Now, get this. His numbers as a rookie in 61, 1,076 receiving yards, averaged 19.2 yards per reception, 12 touchdowns, and that was only in 14 games.
Oh, that's right. Now we played 4 more.
Yeah,
3, whatever.
3 more. Of course, at quarterback, you have Matt Ryan, who seems like he's been there forever. He's in his 14th year in the league. Currently 11th in the league in passing. All time, he is tied with Eli Manning with 366 career passing touchdowns. That's good for 9th.
Do they still call him Matty Ice?
Probably not as much anymore because Atlanta's been terrible recently.
Hey, Jimmer, Wheeler wants to know about Reuben Gant. You know who that is?
Wasn't he an old tight end for the Bills?
Maybe.
Okay, he was an old tight end for the Bills. There you go.
Well, Wheeler wanted to know about him.
I think maybe in the late 70s, around there.
Wow.
Get on the Google machine, find that one out.
Figure it out, Scott. Not only do you cover music, you cover, statistician on the side. Oh, well, yeah, we all do.
Offensive numbers as a whole for Atlanta, pedestrian to poor, 25th in total yards, second to last in rushing yardage. Now, their defense is led by linebacker, I got to make sure I say this one right, Foyesade Olukan. He is second in the league in total tackles.
Bless you.
Other than that, he's not really leading too much for Atlanta's defense because they are 24th in total yards allowed, 28th in scoring defense, and they've allowed 30 or more points in 6 games this year.
Good.
Special teams, no great shakes either. They rank 25th in league in both kickoff and punt coverage.
Consistency.
Yes.
No matter how you shake it.
A note on today's kickers for the game. You got Bills kicker Tyler Bass, Falcons kicker Younghoe Koo. They were both on the roster for Georgia Southern in 2015.
Son of a bitch.
Bass was the kickoff specialist, and Koo, who made 19 of 20 field goals that year, he was named first team All Sun Belt Conference.
He's young and he's way cool.
Yes.
Boo.
I liked it.
Now, Atlanta's got a lot of people on the COVID list, as does everybody.
Except for the Bills.
Injury of note is starting defensive back Fabian Moreau was listed as doubtful, but now I see he is going to be inactive for today's game. History between the two teams. Atlanta leads all-time 7-5. Haven't played in Buffalo, as you mentioned, since 2005. The last Buffalo home game in the series was in 2017, where they played in Toronto.
13 in Toronto, 17 in Atlanta.
Now, 17, I'm pretty sure was Toronto.
13 was the last Toronto game.
Google machine.
We're going to fight about this.
Let's take
All
a
right,
vote.
never mind. All right, some numbers for you. One good, one not so good. We'll get to the good for Atlanta is that they are a better road team this year. They are 5-3 straight up on the road. Last week's win versus Detroit, their only home win this season.
No.
Technically, they were the home team in London when they beat the Jets, but obviously that's a neutral zone site.
And that's the Jets.
True. And you like this one, they are 1-6 straight up versus teams with a winning record this year.
Perfect.
I'll take it.
Yep.
That's all I got.
All right, Jimmer.
Atlanta.
How about some Atlanta alma mater brought to you by Crino Music at Crino Music.
We know
Music, 811 Central Avenue, 366-4800. Get your stuff from Steve-O.
All right.
All right. You already ruined Younghoe Koo. Georgia Southern, we know that one. Okay, how about Matt Ryan, the quarterback that's been
Boston
there for
College.
100 years?
Oh.
Okay. You touched on everybody here except for the guy with the best name on the team. Cordaro Patterson.
Tennessee,
Oh, yeah. Kyle Pitts, rookie sensation.
Florida,
Yep. Olamide Zacchaeus, the wide receiver 2. I think he's second in receptions on the team.
is that guy from Notre Dame? They got somebody with a weird name from Notre Dame.
He is not from Notre Dame.
All right, then. Got it.
Same conference.
It's Notre Dame? Independent?
Yeah. ACC.
NC State.
Virginia it is.
All
All right. Thanks, Jimmer.
Hey,
Great
all right.
job.
Virginia beat Syracuse in basketball. Did you see that?
No.
I saw that.
Oh, my.
Syracuse sucks.
Do they have anybody on the team? Are they all still on the COVID list?
Just a bunch of Bayheims. That's not working out for you.
Well, speaking of, to touch on what Jimmer said, this is the first time in 9 weeks the Bills do not have a single player on the COVID list. Well, which means next week the whole team will have it. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
Unpredictable.
yeah. And you could do it seems like you can do whatever you want. Those guys are around each other 25-8. It's, everybody's
That's
going
a
to get
lot.
it. It is a lot. Cool. I got a question for you before we get to Q&A with AA/Jimmer, since AA's at the game today. And I don't want to spoil any of this. If you had to have a favorite Atlanta Falcon, who would it be?
I like Deion Sanders when he was there.
Yep.
I guess I'll take Deion.
I liked, do you remember in the mid-2000s, Warwick Dunn had ended up there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I like Warwick Dunn just with Tampa.
Yeah.
Running back T.J. Duckett.
Okay.
He was a big, do you remember what school he went to, Jimmer?
Florida State.
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
He was an animal in college. He played with J.U. Colcrick.
I
from the
figured it
Primer.
would have been Oregon with that name.
T.J.
Duckett.
Duckett? And also Jeff George, the greatest passer that never was.
He played for like 50 years though.
He played for
Great mullet
Atlanta.
as well.
Colts.
Played for the Colts. Didn't he play for the Oilers?
He played for everyone.
He was a hothead who could throw the ball like your Mahomes or someone, just as far as you could throw it. It was awesome. Wheeler says William Andrews. Who's that, Pat? Gotta give
He
us
was a
some-
running back.
running back
Yeah.
for the Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, I liked Jesse Tuggle,
Linebacker.
linebacker. Yeah.
He was
Old
good.
school.
Yeah, oh,
Quarterback Steve Bartkowski.
Oh, it was a great name, Steve.
I have a question for you.
Hello.
Can Todd ride a bike? At all?
We'll touch on that after Q&A with AA.
Okay,
Because it can pop up during that.
Oh, okay.
We
I'm
prepped
sorry.
Jimmer with that question. Because it's time for Q&A.
Where's AA?
He's at the game. It's so good. Hey, AA.
Hey!
Hi, AA.
Your glasses aren't foggy glasses. Man, Mrs.
I left my
Monticelli's
glasses at home.
She's going to beat me up.
All right, we're not going to do necessarily questions and answers, but what we're going to do, New Year's, we're going to go with a theme here of New Year's resolutions. Ooh. I'm going to throw some names at you, and I want you to tell me what you think their New Year's resolution should be for this year.
Okay.
Start you off with the obvious one, Josh Allen.
New Year's resolution for him. Yeah, don't get hurt. Although the only time he's ever been hurt in his pro career was in the pocket. So far. Right, but I mean,
And statistically, quarterbacks get hurt more in the pocket
than they do running. New Year's resolution for him is try to stay cool. He does get visibly amped up before games, and when he stays cool, he starts the game out cool, and like last week. Bing, bang, boom, good game.
I think he should hurdle someone at every game.
Oh, and his Panthers coming in too. So they took Allen's jersey and cleats and put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Because he's the what was the thing? So many passing yards and so many and touchdowns and whatever in 4 years. That's pretty cool. I wish I knew the stat, but we're not doing our job because other people do that for us.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah.
Another quarterback for you, Aaron Rodgers.
Hang him up, you big jerk.
Wow.
Sorry, his resolution to be stop lying to people.
I don't
Care.
All right.
get back Danica Patrick.
Bills linebacker Tremaine Edmonds.
His New Year's resolution to be a better linebacker with the natural gifts he has is to just learn your angles of pursuit. There you go. That's what he needs to focus on.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Don't overrun.
Yeah. He overruns everything. Here.
Pat Wheeler says Edmonds should cut his hair as his New Year's resolution and stop trying to look like me.
All right, Tampa tight end Rob Gronkowski.
His New Year's resolution?
Quit.
Oh, yes. Scott's got it. No more USAA commercials.
Yeah, quit trying to get an account there.
Yeah, his parents did not serve. He cannot be a member.
He looks so dumb.
They're terrible.
I mean, they do a good job of making him look dumb.
Well,
It's not too hard.
Yeah. Especially me.
Bills wide receiver Cole Beasley.
His New Year's resolution to be to shut his damn mouth, grow up, and stop rapping. I got a bunch.
Oh, man. The list is long.
I'll go with stop rapping.
Get a new tooth.
Yeah, get a new tooth.
Former Jacksonville head coach Urban Meyer.
You don't want to know what my first reaction
Yes, we do.
was.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh, nothing. It involves trees and go find one, you big jerk. His New Year's resolution is to go to some sort of counseling because he's just a butthead. Taking all my anger out.
I think he's covered all his resolutions once again.
Sorry. I feel like I'm airing the grievances. Festivus was 2 weeks ago.
Man.
All right, Bills offensive coordinator Brian Daboll.
His resolution is to I need to keep doing what I've been doing the last 2.5 weeks.
I'd say quit looking like Fat Freiberg.
Oh, that's right.
And last on the list, Bills and Sabres owners Terry and Kim Pagula.
Their New Year's resolution would be to sell the Sabres to somebody that gives a damn because they obviously care about the Bills more.
Man, Billy is just he is so upset.
I know.
You should have warned him. Man,
Notre Dame lost yesterday, so all
this guy
bets are
is-
off.
Not happy.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to take it away from anybody.
And that's it. That's all I got for that.
Thank goodness.
Did we get so Barkowski's your favorite Falcon of all time?
That's what I'll go with, yes.
Oh, and a little we got to pay homage. Dan Reeves passed away the other day.
Oh, yes.
He was the Bronco, right? Denver?
Broncos, Atlanta, and Giants head coach.
Giants, yeah. He was when he was with Chris Chandler took them to the Super Bowl. That's how good of a coach this guy was.
Oh, Chandler.
Oh,
I
Jamal
miss you.
Anderson. He was another one. He was in their prime. He was a fun guy. Tim Dwight, the returner. They were fun to watch. They were a fun team. Thanks, Double A.
You're welcome.
But yeah, Dan Reeves and John Madden. Boom. He was
boy.
great. Double A's at the game, and he wouldn't like me say this. He was never a John Madden fan of him in the booth.
Well, that's why we didn't have him on the show
That's
today.
why, or him or John Madden, because he's dead. Well, that was pretty good. Let's pull out the schedule for today so we can wrap this up before the FCC comes after me. Better than the FAA coming after you. That'd be weird. Hi, we're the airplane pilots, so we're taking you off the air.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess our hair was stopping air traffic. Before we get to quick picks, any other stuff about the Bills? I mean, just keep doing what you're doing as far as today's concerned. Weather-wise, look out the window.
You said Oliver is in?
Oliver is in. Emmanuel Sanders is off. Gave him the day off. His knee's still hurting him.
That's fine.
Well, if you would. What's that?
Don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get there yet, you big bully. Please, don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube Live or go to the Fredonia Access YouTube Live channel, type in Live in the Alley Fredonia, like and subscribe there. Just get more people watching the show because it's a lot of fun, right?
If you like it and subscribe, you can come down here and give us a high five
Yep.
live in the alley.
Yeah.
That's motivating.
High five. A lot. I screwed it up already. Never mind.
Yeah.
I need Mrs. Monticelli. Cool. It's time for quick picks. she's so mad.
Oh, my goodness.
You ready, Jimmer?
Fire away, man.
Double
What
A,
do
are
we got?
you ready? Go to hell. Giants at Bears.
Giants at Bears. What do we got there?
I'm making you flip the page already.
Yep.
Yep.
Hang on. Let's get the glove off. Thought I had it all squared away, but all right.
Well,
Obviously not.
you threw him a
There's a lot of games today.
You threw him
so-
a curveball.
Oh.
All right, Giants are getting 6.5. Over and under is 36.5. That is the lowest on the day. Someone's got to win. Chicago 0-5 against the spread the past 5 home games. Giants 0-4 against the spread since quarterback Daniel Jones was injured. And 0-4 against the spread past 4 road games. I'm going Chicago.
I'll take the Bears at home. The Bears beat, and I know Seattle's not great. Did you see the snow in Seattle last week? You would have thought they were in Chicago. And you couldn't see the field. I'll go with the Bears at home. Oh, with Andy Dalton starting too?
Ew.
It's better than Mike Glennon for the Giants.
I'll take the Bears at home.
Yeah, definitely. I forgot about that.
Yeah. We'll jump right to it. Jaguars at Patriots.
Jags at Patriots. Jags getting 16.5. That is our biggest spread of the day. 41.5 over and under. New England clinches a playoff berth with a win and a loss by either the Raiders or the Dolphins. Jacksonville all time as at least a 14-point underdog are 7-3 against the spread. And get this. This season, they won a game outright as double digit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm right. I'll go New England.
Cool. Go to hell. Go Jacksonville. Jimmer, that's what you get for that.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm taking the Jags.
I hope the Jags win, but no way.
No way. Well, we said that before.
I've been there once.
It would happen to the Bills, not anybody else. In a game that Bills fans will be paying attention to, like I said, Bills win today, Ravens loss today, puts the Bills in the playoffs, which they have a 99%, all the jinxes in the world. Rams at Ravens, which the Rams are trying to lock up the NFC West.
Rams are giving 6.5, 46.5 over and under. Rams have clinched a playoff berth, not the division or anything. Rams have covered the spread last 4 games. Baltimore is on a 4-game losing streak.
Wow.
Lamar Jackson is inactive. I'm going Rams.
Is Huntley
Tyler
back
Huntley,
in?
yes.
I will. I think it's going to be a little tight no matter who's playing for the Rams, or the Ravens anyway, because they're at home, and the Rams are still kind of fluky here and there. Cooper Kupp has a chance to break all the season record. And but I'll go Rams on the road in a tight game.
I'm going to go with Baltimore on this one. Huntley played well, 2 weeks ago?
Against Green Bay. Big time. Oh, yeah.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
And I think the Rams, they have their hiccups.
Yeah, I agree. They do. There's no doubt about it. They have been playing better
As of late.
Yeah. Okay. Jimmer, we'll get one right for you, too. Tampa Bay at the New York Football Jets.
Tampa Bay is giving 13.5, 43.5 over and under. Tampa has clinched the NFC South. Jets can clinch a playoff. No, just kidding.
Playoff exclusion.
All time, the Jets are 10-2 against the spread and straight up versus Tampa. Today's going to be 10-3. We're going Tampa.
I'll take now. The Buccaneers coming off 2 weeks ago that weird 9-0 loss at home against the Saints. Last week they go out and just crush the Panthers. I think the Buccaneers win, but I think the Jets, for some dumb reason, I don't think it's going to be.
Showing.
Is Salah coaching today?
Yeah.
He is on the sideline because he was out last week with COVID, right?
Yes.
Which keeps him away from having the most losses for a Jets coach in his first season, because not coaching in the game because of COVID counts as now a win or a loss. A little Jets fact for you.
Jets did win last week without him. So.
I'm just saying.
Well, they would have been better off this week, probably.
Jeez.
Not having them then, too.
Who do you got winning the game?
I don't care.
Abstain.
All right. Okay, let's go. Ooh, now we get into some interesting ones. Not so much. We'll go through all the 1 o'clock games first. 2 other ones we'll save, or 3 we'll save real quick. Philadelphia at Washington.
Philadelphia given 5.5, 44.5 over and under. Philadelphia clinches a playoff berth with a win and losses by both New Orleans and Minnesota, or a win and losses by Minnesota and San Francisco.
Oh.
Philadelphia 6-1-1 against the spread versus teams with a losing record. I'm going Philly.
Philly's been interesting to watch. They can sure as shit run the ball just as good as anybody in the NFL right now. I'll go Philly on the road. It was a little fun rooting for Washington before, but that 56-14 Sunday night against the Cowboys.
Well, that was not good.
Ew, it was ugly.
I'm gonna go with Philly. Somehow they're winning. I don't know. They got an okay quarterback.
Number 1 rushing team in the league.
No, yeah. All right, here's where it gets interesting for the AFC playoff picture. Raiders at Colts. Carson Wentz is playing for the Colts.
Carson Wentz is playing. Vegas is getting 7.5, 46.5 over under. You have the number 2 rushing offense of Indianapolis versus the Vegas defense that allowed only 18 rushing yards versus Denver last week.
Wow.
Indianapolis 9-3 against the spread last 12 games. I'm going Indy, but Vegas keeps it close.
Yeah, I'll go. Oh boy, don't get mad at me.
You're mad at everyone.
I am. I'm going with the tie.
Ooh.
I'm doing it.
I don't know what to say. I'm so proud of you. I am so proud.
Thank you.
I am rooting for Vegas, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go Vegas.
Cool. Kansas City at Cincinnati.
Probably the game of the day, I would
Yeah.
think. Kansas City is giving 3.5. 50.5 is the over and under. Kansas City has clinched the AFC West and can clinch the number 1 seed in the AFC with a win and a Tennessee loss. Whereas Cincinnati can clinch the AFC North with a win or a Baltimore loss and a Pittsburgh tie.
Man, does it get groovy?
Kansas City last 8 games, 6-2 against the spread, 8-0 outright. I'm rolling with Kansas City.
I'm gonna go with Kansas City on the road in a. I think it'll be a tight game. I mean, on paper it should. And
Yep.
Burrow threw for like 890 yards last week. 900 yards in 2 games against the Ravens. That's ridiculous. I'll go Kansas City because they look like Kansas City of the last couple years, and it's score when they want, and they'll bury you.
And their defense is
Way better.
really gotten better.
Makes the Bills win look that much better, though.
I know.
I'll take KC on the road. Tight game. 61-62.
Rooting for a good game.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Kansas City, I guess.
Of course, all these games are on during the Bills game today, too. Another one with AFC playoff implications. The red-hot Miami Dolphins against the seemingly just fine Tennessee Titans.
Well, the Red Hot Dolphins are getting 3.5. 40.5 is your over and under. Tennessee clinches the AFC South with a win or a Colts loss. Miami's defense leads the league with 45 sacks, while this season Tennessee quarterback Ryan Tannehill has been sacked 45 times. Doesn't really have any bearing on the game, but that's a real stat.
All by Miami.
Those are good numbers.
Yeah.
Miami's streak ends today. Tennessee takes it.
I'm sticking with Miami staying hot. I hate Tennessee that much. I'll root for Miami.
I am with you.
Yep.
Go Miami.
Yep. All right, late games. Denver at San Diego, which the Chargers, who the hell knows what they've got going on.
Denver is getting
He didn't correct
7.5.
me. Sorry.
Los Angeles.
Ah, damn it.
45.5 over and under.
It's my mom. Hey, we're trying to do a show, lady. Move along.
Quit harassing us.
Yeah.
Denver's 4-1 against the spread. Their last 5 versus the Chargers. Teddy Bridgewater not playing. Drew Lock still at quarterback. Chargers 1-5. Last 6 games as a favorite, but I say Chargers are the desperate team. They take it.
I think the Chargers are next to the Bills are the most inconsistent team in football. Well, actually, they might be more inconsistent than
I'd say
Buffalo.
more, yeah.
I think against a struggling Denver team right now, which still has a pretty good defense, I think the Chargers win it, but I would not be surprised if they don't.
I am with you. I'm going to go Chargers because Denver's not good.
Yeah. Texans at
As a
49ers.
city.
Oh,
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just
Jeez,
kidding.
jeez,
I'm
just
just
calm
kidding.
down. Good
Get me all
Lord.
worked up,
God.
Billy.
Well,
Anger over there today.
Texans at 49ers.
Houston getting 12.5, 43.5 over and under. San Francisco clinches a playoff berth with a win and a loss by New Orleans. Houston was a double-digit underdog last week and won outright. No team in the Super Bowl era has won as a double-digit underdog 2 weeks in a row.
Who did they beat last week?
They beat the
Cardinals.
Chargers.
Oh,
I thought that was 2 weeks ago.
Wasn't sure
Well,
what
you
last
heard it
week.
here first.
We don't know what the hell we're talking
Pretty
about.
sure it was the Chargers last week.
Sorry, Jimmer, I'm very sorry.
Anyways, I'm taking San Fran.
Cool. Yeah, I'll take the Niners at home.
Who'd they play last
Oh,
week?
Trey Lance is starting too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take the Niners.
Okay. Lions at Seahawks.
Detroit is getting 7.5, 41.5 over and under. Could this be the last home game for Seattle quarterback Russell Wilson? Detroit 10-5 against the spread this season and 6-1 against the spread last 7 games. I like Seattle to win, but Detroit to cover.
I like none of these teams. I don't know. Lions.
There you go. Take a stand.
I'm rooting against Seattle for no reason.
Me too. Same way. And possibly, did you pick? I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah.
Move on. Okay. You're rooting against Seattle. Lions.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe the most important game other than the night game, Cardinals at Cowboys.
Cardinals getting 6.5, the highest over and under 51.5. Arizona quarterback Kyler Murray, high school, college, and pros, is 8-0 all-time at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Dallas has clinched the NFC East, 10-0 versus the spread versus NFC this year. Dallas.
I'll take the Cowboys at home because, I mean, the Cardinals just the last couple of weeks don't look like the Cardinals of old, and that's fine with me. Screw them. Hate Kyler Murray.
They're falling off. Yeah, that little guy.
And he's
man,
and we
he's so
joke
fast.
about quarterbacks getting hurt in the pocket. He is a guy, just because of his size and stature and the way he moves around, he's going to get his head taken off.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hope not.
No,
For him and his family's sake.
just his family's sake. Panthers
Not
at
for him.
Saints.
Panthers getting 6.5, 37.5 over and under. Sam Darnold comes back and starts for a quarterback for Carolina. Carolina has lost 5 straight and 10 of their last 12. After today, it's going to be 6 straight and 11 of the last 13. Going New Orleans.
Did you see Ian Book on Monday Night Football, the former Notre Dame quarterback? He was awful.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Saints.
Is he playing again?
I think Taysom Hill's back.
Much better.
Not saying anything better, but
Yeah. This is a coin flip.
the coin flip says.
Flip the chicken.
Saints.
All right.
Saints. What do we got here? Oh, 2 more. All right, the night game. Vikings at Packers. The Kirk Cousinless.
Kirk Cousins out with COVID. Somebody named Sean Mannion is starting for Minnesota. Minnesota is getting 12.5, 42.5 over and under. Green Bay has already clinched the NFC North. Game time supposed to be 13 degrees. Green Bay.
Green Bay at home. Little known fact. Do you remember his show with Craig T. Nelson on CBS? I forget the name of it, but his character's name was Jack Mannion.
Coach?
Yeah, was it Coach?
No, it wasn't Coach. Dauber was not in this other show,
Oh.
but Jack Mannion was his name. He's related to the quarterback.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you got?
That guy.
Packers?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, Browns at Steelers, which should be Ben Roethlisberger's last game at Heinz Field as the Steelers quarterback.
That should have been last year.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. They beat us.
Yeah.
Who hasn't, though, I guess.
Cleveland is giving 3.5, 41.5 over and under. Last 20 Monday night games in Pittsburgh. Steelers are 19-1. Big Ben's last game there, I'm going Pittsburgh.
I'll take the Steelers at home.
I'll take
Only
the-
if Cleveland doesn't turn the ball over. If Cleveland doesn't turn the ball over, they could probably win a lot of these close games, but ugh.
Yeah. Fuck Cleveland.
Game of the day. Falcons at Bills.
Atlanta's getting 14.5, 45.5 over and under. A loss today eliminates Atlanta from the playoffs. A little bit of desperation from them. Bills have to be aware of that, just that knowing that beating New England is not the end of the season. No letdown from them. Bills can't be treating this as a trap game. Looking forward to the Jets next week.
Say that without laughing.
I couldn't. I'm going to say Buffalo runs over them. Atlanta scores once or twice in garbage time to make it a little bit closer, but I'm going to say Buffalo 33, Atlanta 24.
The Bills beat the Patriots last week 33-21. 12 points is their smallest margin of victory for the season. They have been 13.5 or more point favorites 8 times this year and have failed to cover on 2 of those, one of them being Jacksonville, obviously. The lid is off, pedal to the metal. The offensive bully that the Bills were peak last year is back, and I think this is the push to the postseason. I got Bills scoring over 30 again, 30-17, and I'd say it. We're gonna just mow them right over. Screw you, get out of our way. We're on a mission.
Yeah, just keep it moving. I got Buffalo 42.5 to 28.
All right.
Steve-O also has the Bills 66-65, just like last week. If it works. I like the half point. That can be done. Debatably.
I can't remember what has to happen. We'll have it for you next week.
Right. The Bills win. By the way, the Bills win out. They win the division again. So keep that in their mind. Just go and give them hell. Go team.